Belajar UiTM Alor Gajah dan kawan sekitarnya kembali bersiaran secara langsung dari Dewan Taming Sari UiTM Cawangan Melaka Kampus Alor Gajah untuk XPAXKEK Kejohanan Isukan Kampus XPAXKEK 2019. Wah, ramainya. Saya nak dengar sekali lagi satu jeritan dari From the Floor. Alright, sekali lagi saya ingin mengucapkan selamat datang ke XPAXKEK Zon Selatan, dicetuskan oleh XPAX, our main sponsor. Semestinya XPAX Kejohanan Isukan Kampus Zon Selatan yang merupakan satu acara di mana kita ingin mencari siapakah yang akan mewakili Zon Selatan untuk bertanding di kejohanan Grand Final yang akan berlangsung di Kuala Lumpur end of April nanti dalam 3 permainan Mobile Legends Bang Bang Pro Evolution Soccer 2019 dan Dota 2 yang akan merebut hadiah bernilai RM180,000. Tentunya semua ini tak akan terjadi tanpa kehadiran penaja utama kita. Berikan tepukan untuk X. One more time, X. Yes, XPAX, terima kasih kerana telah mencetuskan XPAXKEK kali ini. Juga kepada penganjur bersama kita, My Game On, portal permainan nombor 1 Malaysia, Kitaman dan juga siapakah yang telah menjadikan dewan yang indah ini kalau tak UiTM Campus Alor Gajah. Wah, beribu-ribu orang di hadapan sana yang sangat excited nak dengar talk lepas ni. Kita juga nak ucapkan terima kasih kepada rakan kerjasama kita, Predator, Saders dan Mobile Legends E-Project. Juga penaja bersama kita, Malaysia's favourite lifestyle e-wallet Boost. Juga kita ada Cadbury 5 Star Chocolate pula pun boleh, Chocolatey, Crunchy and Chewy. Dan juga Mountain Dew serta Todak. Kalau dulu Singapura dilanggar Todak, kali ini Melaka dia tak langgar Todak, dia macam sedap. Sebab Todak punya gaming chair ni sangat-sangat comfortable. Korang dah try ke belum? Rasa nak tidur tak? So tak apa, tapi jangan tidur kat atas kerusi Todak. Kalau nak menang kerusi Todak, kena sertai kita punya on-ground giveaway. Dan juga rakan rasmi kita, Media Prima, Media Brand Digital, Media Prima Lab, Says Obulan TV 3, 8TV, TV Nahara Metro, Fly FM, Hot FM, 1FM dan juga portal The Lucky. Alhamdulillah, kita masih lagi bersama di Dewan ini untuk sama-sama kita teruskan agenda kita pada hari ini kerana kita ada speaker-speaker ataupun industri e-sports player yang sangat hebat kita bawakan khas untuk memberikan ilmu. Kita nak berkongsi pengalaman on how to improve our e-sports scene. Dan kali ini kita ada seorang speaker yang bukan calon-calon orangnya. Semua orang senang kan nak main game, senang tak? Tapi behind the scene, macam mana kita nak develop game tu bukan mudah. It involve a lot of thing, coding lah, macam nak programming lah, which is sangat-sangat orang kata memerlukan kepakaran dan sebagainya. Jadi tanpa membuang masa, saya ingin menjemput ke pentas our third speaker of the day, Mr. DC Gan from Magnus Game Studio to talk about how to be a local game developer. Welcome, Mr. DC.
Hello.
How do I address you, Mr. DC or Mr. Gan?
Hi, Mr. DC.
Mr. DC.
Yeah.
We have Marvel, now we have DC.
Yep.
Right.
That's right.
Okay. So DC, I just want to give you, welcome you to UiTM Alor Gajah, and thanks for having us today. And then definitely they are looking forward to listen to the input that you are going to share with them today, because some of the students are actually really study gaming. So they actually have like a mini assignment on how to develop their own game. So I'm pretty sure your input today will be very, very good for them. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
The stage is yours, man. All right.
Thank you.
Tepukan untuk Mr. DC Gan.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Tak ada orang ke? Good afternoon. Yes, that's a semangat. Okay. So who is here for the games? 3 for the games. Free gift. Wow, that's a lot of people. Okay. So I'm here today to share about how to be a local game developer, because a lot of people suka main game, tapi buat game is a different story, right? Okay, so let me start by introducing myself. So I'm the co-founder with my brother of Magnus Game Studio. So we have been making games since 8 years ago, but we failed many times. We were once a student like you guys, so you know we're passionate, we play games and we want to make games. So we failed for 4 or 5 years, and we went for studies, you know, to be a professional, because some kind of game development courses will help you in enhancing your technical skills. So anyone study game development courses here? I saw 2, 3. It's okay. It's okay. Saya pun bukan dari game development course, okay? So don't worry, it's okay. So this is our team. We have grown from just 6 people to now more than 30 people with only a year and a half. And we are working on our game called Legend. So it's a local IP. It's a Malaysia game that went to, we have a Kickstarter project in US, and we have signed up a global publishing deal with an Italian listed company as well. So today I'm going to share about how to make a game from zero. What are the things that's needed? So before that, you have to make sure that you craft out a GDD. Ada tak orang tahu apa tu GDD? Game design document, betul. That's very, very good. Woo! Got do homework, huh? So yeah, basically a game design document means you have to prepare all these kind of things. For example, like our game. So what do we want to include? What are the cores that we need to have in a game? For our game, we have locked down it as a PC simulation RPG game. So even before starting the paperwork, you must tahu what kind of games you want to make. Do you want to make a mobile game or you want to make a PC game? You have to make it very clearly because it is very, very different. Different kinds of input is needed, different kind of art asset is needed, and also game engine as well. So, for example, we have this kind of features locked down, and the next thing is going to be brainstorming with a team. So as you can see here, we have all kind of artworks, storyboards, and regional plannings. So anyone here tried making games before? Yes. I saw some people say that. Yes. Okay. So yeah. So after you have prepared your GDD, you have to make sure that everyone in your team understands the core. So, and prioritize what is the most important features in your game. And you try to develop it deeper. Because a lot of people have very, very ambitious goals. I want to make sure that I make a AAA game. I want to make a Final Fantasy game. I want to make Uncharted, the best fighting games. Yes, those are the visions and those are the things that we want to accomplish in the future. But realistically, those games require 300, 500 people in the team. So look at your team size and to make sure that you have enough resources. Because, or else you'll do halfway, maybe you just finish a character creation, then you got not enough resources. So if you don't have enough resources, what do? You have to go back to study, you have to go to work, you have to stop your project, or you have to find ways like Malaysia is offering IPCC, there's a lot of different grants will be granted to students as well. So those are good ways to start. So up to GDD, any questions so far? What to prepare for game design documents and what are the core teams? Any programmers here? No. Any artists here? No. So anyone good in game design here? Have done the game design document here? Yes. But are you guys gamers? So loud, not bad, good. So what kind of games do you play? RPG, Dota, CS, VR games. Candy Crush, that's a good one. Yeah. So yeah, these are all the different kinds of games that started from zero, right? Each games you have to really, really understand the needs of the market. You have to know who are your target markets in your game design documents to make sure that all the details are there, and timeline is very important. So learn to craft a very well-balanced resource and feature roadmap, because that will help you a lot in the long run. So after having those technical team prepared, the next thing you need to do is your planning. You have to properly plan your game for a marketing roadmap, because a good game will not be noticed without a good publicity. Am I right? So that's why you guys go Instagram, follow people, and you go Facebook, you look at a lot of different ads coming out. So those are part of the visibility that we need to be prepared. Many years ago, we have failed making games because we don't understand the importance of marketing. So marketing is not like having a decent product, but I put in a lot of resource into selling the game. It is having a good product, including a good marketing roadmap to make sure that people knows about the game. It is not about hard selling the game. So you have to differentiate it very well. Okay? Okay? Yes. Yeah, so this is what we plan for our Re-Legend. We go for a platform called the Square Enix Collective because we want more visibility. We look for things online. So the very important thing is to know which platform to use. PC games and mobile games have different kind of crowds. So for us, we are making a simulation RPG game. That's why we go for a place called the Square Enix Collective. And we are the only game out there in the market who get a 99% upvote from the 10 million users in a database. Then, after we get recognitions, we get media coverages, and we get support from the community. So we need to make sure that we can make the game, right? Because we have concepts, we have the designs of the game. But the most important thing is production. Without production, we can't make the games. It is all on paper, or it's all just in our mind, right? So, production, to start, what do we need? What do we need? Money, people? What do you think is more important? Money! Free gift! Yeah, so manpower and resources, which is fundings, are very important. So that is why, to make sure that we have enough manpower, when we want to sustain that amount of people, we need fundings. So that is where we go for our Kickstarter. Our Kickstarter was held in US, and in just less than a month, we have made almost 2 million. So that is how we know that if this is a good product to start, we need a validation from the crowd. Kan? Kita takkan suka-suka hati buat game untuk sendiri, kan? We are here to make games to entertain people. Just like the games you play, why do you think a game is fun? Because you enjoy the experience, right? You feel engaged. So these are the things that we need to prepare when we are preparing the GDD. So that when we pitch to people, we talk to the public, we go to road shows, people will actually stop and look at the trailer, look at your game, and they will ask you, hey, what's this game about? It looks interesting. So these are the keywords that we need to have when we are showcasing our game. Or else we need to keep redoing, refining our GDD to make sure that it fits to what people want to play. Because making a game that people doesn't want to play is what we call an art, you know. But making a game that appeals to a lot of people out there, that is a good production and a good experience for the consumers. So that's very, very different. Okay, so yep, this is what we have accomplished throughout the 2 years. A lot of people said maybe you guys are lucky, you guys, you know, doesn't really do any hard work, you know, just making games is easy. The title, Re-Legend, have reworked at least 3 times. Until today, we are still reworking a lot of things. So as you can see, we started quite early at 2016, and then we plan every single marketing campaigns, not only that, but production campaigns as well. Because from time to time, we need to have feedbacks. That is why games, they have beta, they have a lot of different kind of stages where we get feedbacks from players. Like if you guys are playing Dota, CS, you know, when you have a very bad experience, the server got issue, we all report, right? Bugs, we report bugs. So these are the feedbacks that we, as a game developer, need to have. We can't just listen to what we want to listen. We need to always look at the negative side, what the consumers thinks that it is bad. So, and we improve on that. That is what makes a different experience when people are playing your game. Yep, so this is our Kickstarter page. It was 2 years ago, and now we just finished our alpha last month, and we really thank you to all our backers who backed us from all around the world. And also our partnership with our Italian company. So here comes the most important thing now that I want to discuss today. The mentality. Now you know GDD is important. You know having a roadmap is important. So I know there's a lot of information, being fed to you, but mentality, the mental that you have is very, very important. Even way beyond you start GDD, way beyond you started to, assemble your own team. So what we always have in mind is that, Allah, we are not advanced enough, we are Malaysian, kan? A lot of people say, Malaysia, we slow sikit lah. So that is something that we need to change. Because now we know that, do you guys watch news online? You get news from Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, Korea, Japan, K-dramas, a lot, right? So there's no boundaries. We have to make sure that it is a one world mindset. Because if we keep standing in our comfort zone, we won't really grow, right? Grow is when you feel the pain. Just like when you go to the gym, you go exercise, you feel the pain, and that's where you grow your muscles. It's the same thing in life, especially in game industries. And also the next thing, sit back, chill, relax. We do when we have fundings. We don't do when we have no fundings. So the dedication, how serious do you want to be as a game developer in Malaysia? We have to keep asking this. Is it because of passion? Is it because this is something I really want to achieve, or I really want to make a cool game? So it is very different. Have to make sure that you have the right mindset for it. Like when you have no fundings, when there's no grants, so I can't make games because there's no way for me to find fundings. So this kind of mentality is what kills a good creation. Because we all think that, we need money before we start something. But one thing that we need to know is we need to create a value. Kan? When your game doesn't worth anything, do you buy the game? Or when you go Steam, you go to the app stores, when you see the ratings are bad, will you invest your money in the game? No, right? It's the same thing here, where we are asking for financial support from, no matter it's a grant or loan or from anywhere. We need to first prove that there's a value in our product, in our creation. It is not to get money and then to plan out what do we want to do with the money. So what kind of games can we do? Because there is no value. So no matter a consumer, investor, or people who are giving you the grant or loan, they will always evaluate your product, right? Because money is so hard to earn. You don't talk about 100,000, 200,000, a few millions. Even to get $20 from your pocket is very hard. Because we need to justify the value, right? So always remember to create a value to your product, to your game, before asking for more. Because if there is no confidence in the game itself, how do you think people are going to get back the money? How are you going to face your team when you say we work hard for the game, and then end up failing? Then it is responsibility, right? So we need to really be careful when we are asking for fundings. So this is something that we really, really need to change the mindset. Because I see a lot of people here in Malaysia, when I talk to them, they're like, okay, I make games, but when I don't make games, I work for others. You know, I work when I have money, or I work when I get the grants or different sources of income. So that really kills your passion. So if you want to make a good game, make sure that from the first step you get a good value for your creation, for your design. Okay? Alright, and the next one is like, we can take forever to deliver the game because we're indie. Right? So, indie means that a team that is below 10 people, you know, it's a very small team of people making games. That's why they are indie developers. They are not a studio or a game development company. So, always chill and relax and take all the time they want to make games. Because, hey, today I feel like making games, so I make games. When today I don't feel like making games, I do other things. You know, so this is something that we really need to put in dedication, or else you are just wasting a lot of resources. Okay, this is very important, the next one. We create games, we launch it, and finally the game is out. That's it. No follow-ups. This is what I said. The people that I met in the small community here in Malaysia, they doesn't really understand the importance of crafting up a roadmap. It is like, I have an idea, so I make the game with the team, and I release it up. And then, there's no and then, there's no plannings. So without a proper planning, it will increase your risk by many, many times. Because you can't foresee anything. There are things that you can't see that's waiting ahead. You know, a lot of people are very optimistic. So some people think that, okay, I release, maybe I can be Flappy Bird, you know, I can be Angry Bird, I can be any bird you want. But the problem is there's only 1 in a million that is having that luck. So we always need to have a strategy plan. So now you know, making games is not as fun as playing games, right? So anyone want to give up now? No. Some say, yeah, yeah. But yeah, the truth is, to be a local game designer, a local game developer is never easy. It's really, really hard, and dedication is needed. Because imagine, playing games is fun, but game developers' job is to make sure that you are creating fun. Do you think creating fun is fun? When you need to figure out what are the experience that is fun, right? So there's a lot of R&D, there's a lot of things that you need to really take care of. Changes need to be made from time to time, and that's very, very important, because that is to change, to improve your experience as a game developer, also what people want. Because excitement, fun is very different, right? Some people might think bungee jump is fun. Anyone feels bungee jump is fun? Yes, a few? Yeah, bungee jump is fun. So some feels that roller coaster is fun. Yes? Yeah. And some thinks that driving a car is fun. Some feels like I'm just lying down looking at a TV is fun. Yeah, right? So these are the different kind of experience. So the fun factor in making a game is very, very broad. So you can't capture or quantify fun. You need experiences. So what you think is fun in mind might not be fun for people. But we cannot make everyone feel fun, because not everyone loves roller coaster, right? Yeah, so we need to cater for a certain group of people. So there will never be 100% perfect. So we have to prepare for what's majority and what's minority. Do you want to go for the niche market, or do you want to go for the mass market? So that is a different kind of positioning you need to think before you start acting, right? So, like I said, a lot of people make games for fun and thinks it's risk-free, because, you know, I have 10,000 ringgit, I make games, then I put it up, okay, I failed, never mind, I failed. So there's no urgency to continue. It's like, okay, I feel like make game is not something I like because after making games so hard, then I fail. Then you feel like there's no reason for us to continue. But this is not how things work. After talking to so many people, local new developers, and those developers who quit, so this is the mentality that I found out. So after going to the global market, after shipped our game to the global industry, talking to people, working with a lot of different big companies in the US, in China, in Korea and Japan. So the mentality is very different. So what they practice is, there's no boundaries. Even I'm from Japan, I'm Korea. I don't see you as a Malaysian. I see you as one of us because we are all humans. So they won't feel like, okay, so Malaysians will make bad games. They won't have this kind of mindsets. So we, as Malaysian as well, we need to know that actually the world gives us chances. It is us who protects ourselves from the global. So that is a mindset that we need to put aside. Because only by then we are able to step up and create a good creation. Right? Like I said, proper planning is needed. Financially, the game design, the technology and the strategy. That's why we are using the GOSPA technique. Set a goal, we have an objective, and the strategy for it, with the proper planning, with all this in hand, then we take the final A, which is the action. Because we need to have a very big goal. What do we want to achieve? We want to make a game that is going to be known globally. So we have that goal in mind. So what are the objectives, smaller objectives that we can make this game work? So then we start reverse calculating and preparing a lot of this kind of so-called thinkings. Because making games, you don't have to think yourself. Because you have a team. Some people might be good at technical skills. Some people might be good at planning things. So work together as a team. Never work alone. Because that will make you go crazy. Because that was how we started and that's how we expanded. We try to do a lot of things ourselves. But we are only human. We need to know how to work with different people. So that we won't worn out ourselves and we can keep track of what's happening in the team as well. So that's very important. Stay small. This is very important. Stay small before you secure a funding. A lot of people try to expand the company without having enough fundings in hand. For example, I have 10,000 ringgit. How many people do you think I can hire with 10,000 people? 10,000 ringgit? How many? 2? 5? 4? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just kidding. So 5 people, 4, 2. So how are we going to divide it? Like for example, everyone take 2,000 ringgit, right? So if you have 5, 1 bulan habis lah. Then what's next? Right? So this is what we say by making sure that you can work as long as you can. So for example, if you have 10,000 ringgit, you won't expand your team to 5 because that will kill you. Next month, tak boleh bayar. So everyone leave because there's only 1 month. You can't finish a game in 1 month, right? So do it alone and have people work for that as an ad hoc. So that you have your core value. You have the right art asset. You have the right game design because it's in your mind. You are the mastermind of the creation. So you get people, freelancers, you try to make sure that you got the concept out. And when the concept is what you want, that's where you just created the value. And you are utilizing your funds well. Then with that, only you can talk to people. You can pitch. Now there's so many different kind of websites to kickstart your project. You don't need a big organization. What you need is a good idea. It is very easy to approach people, especially when you're talking global. You can go Indiegogo, you can go Patreon, you can go for Kickstarter. There's so many platforms for you to leverage on the global market. But a lot of people say that, alah, 10,000 saja, tak boleh buat apa pun. But a small amount of money is very, very sufficient for you to create your idea and to create your value. Because that is the core. Stardew Valley was done by how many people, you know? 1. And Porter Knights and so many indie games, Flappy Birds, they are all very, very little people involved in the production line. But why are those games a hit? Because of the fundamental, because of the core value. So, I want to ask you guys, what's the most important thing? What is the recipe for making a game? Anyone knows that? What's important? Apa yang penting dalam buat game? Anyone knows? It's a fun factor. That's a recipe. Kan? Making game is meant to be fun, right? If you are making a game that's not fun, what's the point? Because it is to entertain people. It's to give people a good experience. So that is what it should be. So no matter you are a big team, a small team, 5-man team, 2-man team, the most important thing is you guys are enjoying the design. If you as a core team is scratching your head thinking, trying to be innovative, it might kill the fun factor, right? So don't go too far. Try to be as fundamental as possible and to make sure that you understand what's needed and what is the fun factor. Talk to people. Let people try your concept, your art, and talk to professionals. Because nowadays, we have something called the forum. We have the indie hangouts. And then we have a lot of Reddits for indie game developers. So those places are where we talk to each other. We need to be proactive. Like I just returned there. Being proactive is where you get a lot of experience from people around the world. Because you won't be just working yourself inside the studio. You are actually asking opinions in what's happening in the global market. So, if we are to work alone in the studio, only within my team, then when we finish the product, it might be already outdated. You know, so keep updating yourself with different developers, because in the global market, indie developers work together as a team, even from different studios. They cross-promote games in their Twitter, in their Facebook, because they know that helping out each other is one of the key points to success. So talk to people a lot, especially in the global community. It is very easy to find when everyone is on the internet. Okay, so the next thing is going to be the benchmark. So a lot of people told me, making games is, so what kind of games you want to make? So a lot of people told me that, okay, maybe we make a Malaysian quality game. Huh? So I'm like, so what's Malaysian quality game? Meh. So yeah, this is what I get a lot. But benchmark is very important. By setting a global benchmark is to make sure that you are pushing your team to the limit. Because if we are to do it within our power, then it's going to be like there's no growth in the team. And it is very hard for us to go to the international market, right? So the mentality of this, we need to switch a bit up as to think that we are also a global player. We are no longer only Malaysian. But we have to work together as a team because it is going to be very hard. Everyone is working at their own pace, at their own speed. But we need to know that this doesn't work when we are in the global scale. Global scale doesn't mean that you need to have 50 people, 100 people. Because now, what we are learning is the micro international business. A micro international business means we are a small team, but we are working with the international people. So it's no longer like the conventional business where you need to have at least 100 people in the company, then you expand to the neighbor countries, then you expand further, and then you expand from there. So now everything is very simple. When you have a good thing, you share it on the internet, and the world knows it. That is how things work now. So you doesn't need 100 people or a few hundred people in the team to be known globally. This is a time where small companies, small teams with good ideas will be able to grow into the global market. I believe every one of you here have your own ideas. You want to be it an e-commerce, a YouTuber, an influencer, anything, or a game designer. The good thing now is that it is so accessible through internet. You need something, Google it. You need something, you post it. When you want to launch something, you post it. And people are going to pick it up if it is good. Well, if it is bad, people pick up as well. But it's not good for reputation. Yeah, so keep in mind that the micro-international concept is very, very important. Don't think that we are small, so we are conservative. We doesn't want to go global. We doesn't want to step out of our comfort zone. Things are picking up, small studios are making a lot of changes throughout the year. So we have to adapt with that, and we have to move along. Right? Because we are all the same. It doesn't matter if we are Malaysian, we are from Thailand, or we are from Korea, Japan, China, US. We are all the same. Because creativity is infinite. It is here. This is our core value. We just need to use this and to make sure that we convert that into a message, into an experience that we want to give to the people who watched it, play it, or try it, right? So we compete in a global market because we want to be good. We want to be known for something that we are good at, right? Because that is how we move forward from a local mindset to an international mindset. Because by doing so, we'll be like, okay, today I want to go to the mama, I want to do this, I want to do that. But now you're trying to go to US, to get something, to get a talent, to talk to designers in Silicon Valley, which is approachable and doable now. It is no longer, I'm just walking out my house, meeting with people that I know. So this is the time where we need to set our benchmark higher. That's why a lot of people nowadays in Malaysia as well, and in other countries as well, they work with cross countries. My designers are from US, and I have a programmer from Korea, and I have an artist from Indonesia. And so this is how we make the combination of teams. So by having this kind of combinations, that is how we compete with the global market, because we learn from each other. Making games, studies, being an influencer, and doing any kind of things in life is about learning. We learn, we advance, step by step, bit by bit. That's how we grow ourselves as well, and to grow the value. Commitment, yep. The next one is going to be the commitment. Commitment is so important that when you really feel it's hard, you have to take risks. You really have to take risks if you are serious in this. I talked to a few developers before, like when I went to Korea, and I asked them, you have only 6 teams, but you're making a big game. How? And my friend told me that we take personal loans, we mortgage our houses, we sell our cars. So that is how much they want to be successful. That is how much they want to make games. And when I come back, I ask a few of my friends, hey, will you take personal loans, just to make games? And they said, no lah, stupid man, do these kind of things, They will give me these kind of answers. So it is about how serious, how properly planned you are in preparing yourself to be in this industry. Or else you're just going to be another IT company or indie team that comes out and you're gone in no time. Because there's lack of commitment and the plannings. Okay, so yeah, those are the small things about the mentality. I hope you guys understand that what's the difference between the local mindset and also the global mentality that we need to practice to make sure that, you know, we are in the right track. Because at first, we talk about the game design part, okay, the technical part. So what's important, what's needed to start being a game developer. After that, we talk about your mentality. What quality do you need to be a leader or to be a team leader or to lead your team so that you are not going to be lost, so that you know where is the direction is. So from technical part, from assembling a team until your mentality, that is what makes you a ready developer. So it's not easy, right? So I feel like there's no passion left here. So it's not easy. It is not easy to be a local game designer, especially here in Malaysia. Sometimes it's so hard to get your team members. Sometimes it is lack of knowledge, experiences, because there's not many places or universities that have that kind of facilities. But when you do, please fully utilize that. Because we know that now in Malaysia, like MDEC is pushing a lot about the game development, and we have talks and we have a lot of seminars as well. So if you are really interested in this kind of development cycle, or if you're interested to be a game developer, try to explore more, because we have a lot of opportunity nowadays, not like when we were 10 years ago. Okay. So after all those very, very serious things, there's one more thing that I want to share. This is very important. A lot of people forgot about this, which is the community building. Who are going to buy your game? Consumers, friends, families, people all around the world, right? So you yourself is a consumer. You support someone. You support K-pop, J-pop, or C-pop, or you watch dramas, you watch movies, you know. So those are the way of people showing support. So there will always be diehard fans. There will always be the people who are there to help you when you are down, when you screwed up something during the whole development cycle, when you're trying out something. So always understand and listen to the consumers. For example, you have alpha testing, beta testing. Anyone tried, you know, helping in game testing? Yes? No? No? So there's not much chances, right? So later let me know. I'll let you guys help me to play the game. Okay? Yeah, so all the testings are needed because a good game needs a lot of QA, QS, quantity surveys, and quality assurance. So we need to have consistent testing to make sure that we are delivering a good experience, right? Or else people are not going to buy, or else people are not going to play your game, or they are going to download for 1 day, 2 days, and they're going to delete it because there's no good experience in it. So set up your own Discord, your Reddit, or your Steam page, or your forum. Try to talk to people as much as you can. Not to hire someone or hire an admin to sit there and thank you for your feedback, thank you for your response, we'll look into that. No, not that kind of things. It is to collect data, to collect what people want to see in the game, the direction. You know, you give out surveys, so people will tell you what they think about the game, what they think about the experience that they are playing. So this is a very, very important thing, because those are the people who want the game to be good. Your fans is the people who want to push your game to be the game of the year, because they love the game. So they will be willing to protect you when people are talking bad about the game. So this is the people, the community that you need to build. That's very important. They are your shield. Just remember that. So after preparing all those things, the next thing is definitely community building. So I hope you guys are okay with you know, all those kind of very serious things that we just mentioned, because that's the reality of being a game developer. Okay? So, without further ado, I believe after hearing so many things about a game developer, let's look at the result, which is the game that we have made. So, after having all those kind of things, what makes a game interesting? So, what's the end product? So, can we play the trailer, please? Thank you. Thank you. That was what I was waiting for all the applauses. All right, so that concludes our industry talk for today. Any questions that you want to ask regarding the industry? Or I mean, any question from live stream as well, if there's any? Yes, please. The microphone is there. Yeah, just pass around.
Okay, hi.
Hi.
I want to ask, how did you get fun after you started to create the game?
So how do I get funds after created the game? So I borrow money. I refinance houses. I talk to my family. I talk to my friends. That was before I get my fundings, because we know that this is going to be what we want to do for a lifetime. So we borrowed money from our relative, from friends, to have a startup capital. Then we create a core value for the game, which means that I only get a minimal people in the team. For example, when we started this, we only have 6 people. We started with me and my brother, and then we know that we want to expand the team. But we can't just expand, so we borrowed money, you know, on top of our names, because we are serious about this. So after we get our first production costs, so-called, our fundings from our friends and relationships and our relatives, then we make a core value for the game. We created all the features that we want. So after that, we move on to the global market, which is we go for the Kickstarter. So that is where we raise funds from the public crowd. So, but before that, we need to have a very, very deep understanding on what we want to do. So, do you want to take the risk using your own name, you know, to be a liability? Do you want to take on the liability for yourself to make games? So that's what we have done, and here we are today. Yeah. Any more questions?
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Zahira. I would like
Nice
to ask.
meeting you.
I have two questions. First, what platform did you? I mean, what software did you use to create a game? And second question is, what is the best platform to create a game? Thank you.
Okay, for our game, we are using Unity. So because it's easy to port over the consoles in the future if you want. But there are so many choices out there. You know, there used to be CryEngine, but they closed down, and you have Unreal and Unity. It depends on what kind of things you want, because each game engine, they have different kind of their strong points. Some are good at environments. If your game requires a lot of outdoor, you might need to require different kinds of game engines. But if you're looking at games that is you know, solely for indoors and good lightings, then there's a lot of options. We started with Cocos 2D 10, 15 years ago. Then now we are using Unity to make Real Legend. Yeah.
Next.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Iman, and
Nice
I have
meeting you.
a question for you. When will you release the game on Steam? Because I have added it on my wish list.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. This is gonna be very, very soon. We definitely is gonna release the game this year, and just keep out on all the updates we have. And I believe it's gonna be very soon. Thank you so much for supporting us. It's so good that Malaysians know Real Legend as well. Thank you. Any more questions that we have? If no, I believe we should conclude it now. Thank you so much, you guys, for your time.
All right, thank you, Mr. DC Gan,
Thank
for your
you.
inspiring talk. Actually, I love one of the points just now. You were saying that we shouldn't be labeling what Malaysian benchmark of anything benchmark, because if you look at the game just now, it was developed by a local game developer.
Yep.
A big round of applause to Mr. DC Gan and
Thank
his
you.
team. I feel sort of a you know, Pokemon vibe from your Real Legend, because I'm a big fan of those Pokemon, Ruby, Sapphire, and whatnot.
I
So
see.
I'm definitely will be looking forward to play Real Legend as well.
Thank you so much.
I
You will
love
have
those
a lot of time.
Cute creatures, you know, you used to fight those big monsters.
Yep,
It's
yep,
amazing. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Mr. DC. Thank you again, Mr. DC, for his inspiring talk. Hopefully, we can learn a thing or two, especially M3111 students. Hopefully, you guys got some inspiration from his talk. Alright, anyway, kita nak ucapkan terima kasih again kepada Mr. DC Gan atas sesi sebentar tadi. Dan selepas ni kita sebenarnya ada sesi istimewa dengan Adam Spartanka Faiz, our caster, kerana dia nak ajak korang semua macam mana nak live stream ataupun nak jadi caster, and dia memerlukan some help from the students later. So stay tune kerana sesi tersebut akan berlangsung sebentar sahaja lagi. Jadi kepada penonton di rumah yang menonton live stream melalui Facebook, My Game On dan juga XPAXKEK, jangan lupa kerana sebentar saja lagi melalui sesi Education Talk keempat, kita akan ada XPAXKEK online giveaway. Jadi sebelum korang nak masuk, korang nak try, make sure you guys dah like Facebook page XPAXKEK dulu and share the stream and answer one question that will be announced later during our talk at the fourth session. So till then, kita jumpa lagi sebentar ini sekali lagi dari Dewan Taming Sari, UiTM Campus Alor Gajah dalam XPAXKEK Kejohanan Sukan Campus XPAXKEK 2019 Zon Selatan.